cute with her singing ass. Let's get to the show.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Q, and today we are making tamales. This is my first time making tamales ever, and it was very interesting and very fun, and I definitely would do this again because they were bomb. Alright, so right now I have some dried corn husks, and I am putting these dry corn husks in some warm water, and I'm going to allow these to soak overnight. You gotta let these soak overnight so that they are able to, fold and roll up so that they're pliable, basically. So now I'm just putting them all in their water and immersing them completely, making sure that the water gets in between the layers. And then I put a top on these and I set them on top of my deep freezer, and I just allowed them to soak overnight. I left them alone and let them do what they needed to do. And so when they were ready to go, they were ready to go. Alright, so now we have this chuck roast that you guys saw in the opening. And this is a 2-pound chuck roast, and I'm just going to go through and, cut chunks. Yeah. Because what we're going to do is we're going to season this meat all deliciously, and that's going to go inside of our crock pot with some beautiful aromatics. And it's going to sit in that crock pot for about 6 hours and get juicy and tender and all of that. So right now, I am preparing the aromatics that are going to go inside of the crock pot. And it's one big sweet Vandalia onion, and I just cut that in half and cleaned off the outer, shell of it, and 2 serrano chilies, and the rest of this green bell pepper. Because I'm doing this kind of, I'm doing this my way, and so I want to be able to, y'all know I love aromatics, bell pepper, all that kind of different stuff. It's delicious. It adds flavor, and I love it. So now we're adding everything into the crock pot, and I already had the crock pot on, so it's already warmed up and ready to go on high. And I also added in some fresh thyme, because y'all know how I am about my herbs, child. I love thyme, period. I'm gonna put the thyme in. And now after that, we're gonna go ahead and get to seasoning this food, baby, because we gotta season the meat, you feel me? So now we're going to start off with some chicken bouillon. And because we're adding in the chicken bouillon, I did not add salt. And then we're going to add some fresh black pepper. Y'all know how I feel about fresh black pepper. Some paprika. Hey, paprika. What up, girl? Yes, let's get to seasoning this meat, child. Pure. Add some garlic powder. Yes, and that's going to fortify that garlic flavor. I'm going to add some more garlic later on. I'm going to add in some turmeric, because y'all know I put turmeric in everything. And a little bit of nutmeg. Yeah, a little bit of nutmeg. And some minced garlic. And we're going to add quite a bit of this. I just turned it over and started shaking the bottle, child. I love this big ass bottle of garlic. Period. And so now y'all see how everything is looking. Yes, and we're gonna add some water to this, but first we're gonna add some diced tomatoes and chilies, some rotel that. We're gonna add in some water. Yes, as I stated before, making sure that everything is submerged into the water. And plus we're going to need the broth later on for when it's time to make the tamales, when it's time to make the masa, and when it's time to, make the puree and all that stuff. It's going to be delicious, y'all. We're going to also add in a little comino. And before that, I put in a little more garlic powder and a little more black pepper. But yeah, and some onion powder. And then that's it. That is it for the seasonings. And then I just let this do what it was going to do. You know what I'm saying? And look at this, y'all. Look at this beautiful pot of glorious meat. Tender, juicy beef with all that delicious flavor. And look at that whole onions and stuff. Oh my God. Yes. So now we're going to shred up this beef. Because it's so tender, I tried to chop it, but it was just too tender. So all I did was I took a fork, a barbecue fork and stuff, and then I got to shredding it. But first, I'm gonna show y'all my attempt to shred it. Right now, I'm just fishing out all the pieces, getting all the pieces out of the crock pot. So you see how it's doing. And I said, man, look, let me grab these tongs and stuff. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. And then I got a barbecue fork. We was tasting the meat. I had to taste it, child. It was delicious. And of course, I shared some of it with my little ones. They was like, Mom, can we have some? I'm like, I got you. Come on. That's one of the coolest parts of cooking, is to share it. Now we shredded it all up. Beautiful, beautiful. Just shredding that meat right up. And it just went so perfectly in that sauce. Woo, y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. I made a tomato and pepper puree with the rest of the aromatics that was in the crock pot. Look at that juice, that broth. So now I took out all of the, the solid aromatics like the peppers, the onions, and then I added in some rehydrated arbol chilies to that. And I also added a whole can of whole tomatoes. And these are gonna be blended down beautifully. And that's what's going to create this amazing sauce. Now y'all see, I done put the damn thing in there without the blade. Your girl at this point was pretty kind of, tired. I had been braiding my hair and stuff like that. I said, child, let me put the damn blade in. I'm going to puree some shit. I ain't got the blade in there, child. But we moved. I got it together though. Look at that, beautiful, silky. And then I'm gonna put the rest of, I went through and I skimmed the broth again, and look at the clarity of that beautiful broth. And I kept the rendered fat in it and everything, because I didn't add lard to the masa. But look at this, y'all. I'm gonna be quiet. Listen to this. I'm gonna run it back for y'all too. Y'all, I love that sound. Oh my God, it's just so intense, and it definitely gives me tingles. And I think about that kind of stuff when I'm cooking and, making these videos. I always think about that, like, ooh, I know this will be a super relaxing sound, or, a really invigorating tingle right here, So y'all see that I added in a little bit more of the chicken bouillon, some more garlic powder into the tomato sauce, into the chili sauce and all that, because that meat is gonna go back into that sauce, and you wanna make sure that you're layering every layer with flavor. You wanna season everything. You don't want things to taste bland. So now, we're adding in our meat. We're adding in the beef to the sauce, and it looks fantastic. It is so shredded up really well, which went really well inside of these tamales. It made them so delicious. This meat was so savory and good. Oh my God. And so, of course, y'all saw that I allowed the sauce to saute and cook out some of that fresh tomato-y kind of, taste. So I just let it go ahead and, cook till it mellowed out some. And now we're gonna make the masa. So now the masa this is an instant masa formulated for tamales. And as y'all see, I added in the broth from the meat, and then I also added in some of that tomato sauce, and I just went on ahead and got to work with it, honey. Yes, start stirring it on up, getting it all good. And then you want to make sure that you're hydrating the masa enough, because it will get very, very thick on you very, very quick. It dries out. So make sure that we keep the moisture in there. And because I had a little too much moisture, I went on ahead and added in a little bit more masa just to balance it out. And y'all saw me put in some grapeseed oil. Normally, people use lard or beef tallow and stuff like that. Since I kept a good amount of the actual fat from the beef, I didn't do that. I just added grapeseed oil because I just wanted to go a healthier route with it. I ain't even gonna stunt. And then I sprinkled a little bit more of that chicken bouillon into the masa as well. I'm talking about, this was just so flavorful to the point to where I loved each component of this. So now we're gonna get to the part that was tricky. This was the part that had me like, you know what? I'm getting frustrated, yeah. So what I did was, I had the corn husk, and I'm spreading the masa on there, right? This was not a very neat process, I'll say that. And I was getting frustrated because the masa kept trying to lift up from off the corn husk, and I was like, bruh, this is not spreading the way I need this to spread. But once I got really into the swing of it, it got a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? And I allowed myself to utilize the table to help me to, have a firmer grip on the husks to spread out the masa. And then I added in meat, and I'm adding in way too much meat, but that bug was fired up. These double, triple XLs, alright? Shit, girl, I made them tomatoes as big as hell. It was fire too. They cooked up so good. It was delicious. Oh, it was a bomb. They cooked up very fantastic. So now let me show y'all. So now, I started getting a little bit better with the technique of spreading the masa on the inside of the corn husk. So you see how I'm spreading it, right? Boom, 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 boom. See, it started to get a little bit easier once I was able to get a firmer hold and a firmer grip on the corn husk. Yeah. Yeah, see. Then I started adding in my meat, and I just wanted to make sure that I had enough, ratio of meat to corn mixture. Rolling it on there, boom, boom. Yeah, because I was putting so much feeling inside them things. I was putting so much feeling inside them things. Excuse me. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. This is wonderful. Okay, so this is me pretty much rolling the tamales and laying the foundation with the masa, and then putting in the meat filling and rolling them up, you know what I'm saying, and getting them ready to be steamed. So this will be like the last of them, and some of them had like a little split down the side or the middle of them, because like I said, y'all, this is my very first time attempting this. They tasted fantastic, but there were some little technical difficulties. But the next time I make these, I'm definitely gonna kill it, because I know exactly what to do now and how to distribute it to where they're even and the masa is even, and there's not spots of just like mostly masa or not enough masa, you know what I mean? Just like learning how to do the thing. And I think that's a lot of like how life is too, you know what I'm saying? Just trying things and figuring out what makes sense and what does not, and how to go about the thing, period. And I had fun making these too. After a while, it really started to get a lot easier. Like, okay, I know what to do now. I know how to do this. And next time I'm going to make sure that I allow the husks to dry some more, because some of them were still kind of moist from soaking. And I thought by taking them out and letting them sit out for a while that would have, did the trick. But I'm going to go through next time and kind of like measure out the amount that I want to use and then dry them out after, I'm done soaking them. So it's just little tips and tricks and things that I'm figuring out along the way. You know what I mean? And that's okay. And so today, y'all, I had wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind for a while now, and it's accepting your children that are of the LGBTQ community. And y'all know this is Pride Month, and I am and have been a member of the LGBTQ community for years, since I can remember, since I was a little child, since I was a child, basically. You know what I'm saying? I've always known that I was quote unquote different and unique. And then I learned that I had, an affinity for both sexes. And then I learned as I got older that it really isn't about the actual gender of the person. It's the person themselves that I was attracted to. So that's what, that's where I'm at. But y'all, check it out. It's people. Oh, look at them. See, this is how they, turned out. Yeah, I made the tamales. And now we've gotten our cooking apparatus together, which is the steam plate. Now, and next time too, I know to put a little bowl or something in the middle so I can stack the tamales around them a lot better. And I started off with some water that's already boiling, so we already got the steam going. And we're gonna put these tamales in here and allow them to have their spa treatment, basically. And so, yeah, but back to what I was talking about. You have a lot of parents, a lot of these quote unquote Christian parents, who will really literally mess up the relationship that they have with their children because they are unyielding and unwilling to accept the fact that their child may be gay, bisexual, you know what I'm saying, or queer, or a mixture of these things, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or trans. Oh my God, trans children be having it so bad sometimes. It's really sad the way how people try to really do different people just because, like, it's not none of your business. Okay, now look at the plate up. Hold on, y'all. Wait, let me show y'all this too. Look at the plate up. Look at that. Ooh, and they good and hot. I'm about to turn these bitches. But anyway, it's like people really feel that they are entitled. See what I'm saying? Some of the meat the filling kind of poked out on the other side, but they are cooked perfectly and taste so damn bomb. Like this, the flavors that was all in and through this corn and everything, it just turned out so beautiful and delicious. I really love the flavor. And then the next thing too, I heard that if you put baking powder into the masa, that creates a nice lighter texture as well. But these were delicious. They were tender. They were fully cooked. You know what I'm saying? Very delicious. And I enjoyed these tamales. You know what I'm saying? This was definitely something that I'm happy that I tried, and I will make these again. I'll make these again. You know what I'm saying? And just tweak it a little bit, just like how I did with the donuts and other different recipes. I love to just try things for that first time and see, how I can make it work. And then after that, I just gone on ahead and, you know what I'm saying, do it again and again and again. And next time I can add cheese, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Yeah, beautiful, very beautiful. These aren't traditional in the way that I've seen some of them. Some of them have like different fillings and different things to add to it, but this is something that these are flavors that I really enjoy. And you know what I'm saying, I did it the way that I did it. You feel me? Beautiful. full of meat. That night, the night that I made these, y'all, I was braiding my hair, child. And that video is out as well. Y'all want to go ahead and see how my $10 water braids turned out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. And so that same night, girl, and I ate like, look what I'm saying, girl. Y'all, I ate like 5 of these motherfuckers that same night. Because I had ate 2 before I even started rolling the camera. I ate 2 before I even started the damn camera, okay? Then I ate these 2 that y'all see me eat. And then I got off camera and ate some more. Girl, them things was fire. I ain't bullshitting. So I made a whole bunch of them. And the ones that we didn't eat, I wrapped them up and put them in a deep freezer. So, you know, whenever the kids want something to, you know, grab and eat, they can just pop them in the microwave and boom. But y'all, back to what I was saying. You guys have to stop alienating your LGBTQ children. Sincerely, because if you're mad at them about their lifestyle and the things that they do and stuff like that, as far as that's concerned, your children's lives don't belong to you. And that's something that every parent has to come to terms and come to grips with. Our children are not many us's. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at my kids are not many me's. You hear me? They are their own sovereign people. You know what I'm saying? And when you raise them that way, they become adults who are able to understand identity, individuality, uniqueness, and they don't have to move with that very, very detrimental herd mentality or groupthink mentality. They're able to march to the beat of their own drum. They're able to feel secure in knowing that they can be themselves and that they will be loved. Like if any one of my children ever came to me, like, and I have children who are in the community. You know what I'm saying? I'm not unaccepting of them. You know what I'm saying? That's not the case. You know, cause shit, like I said, honey, you better ask some motherfucking. I have never had a problem with my sexuality and who I am and being who I am. Period. Do you understand what I'm saying? So. You don't mistreat people. I feel like I will treat a person how I treat them based off of, one of the things is in some ways based off of how they treat me. You understand what I'm saying? And really that's it. You know, like I'm not here to judge anybody, and y'all gotta stop doing that shit to y'all kids, because then you gonna alienate them and wonder why you can't have a part of their life or you can't be around them and stuff. So do not mistreat your LGBTQ community children. Do not sit up there and think that you have the right or the ability to plan their life for them. Their lives are their lives, and you have to allow them to live them. You understand what I'm saying? And that's on period. And monitor those little microaggressive, shady ass comments that you be making towards your LGBTQ community children. I guarantee you, with these tips, y'all gonna start to feel so much better about yourselves and each other. You'll cultivate a much better relationship with your kids. I promise you'll be way happier. And I'm happy about these beautiful tamales, which were llena de sabor y deliciosa and absolutely amazing. Period. Alright y'all, thanks for coming through once again and vibing with your girl Q. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys like this art, go ahead and hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button so you can subscribe to your girl, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the freshness coming from the Fresh Squad.
I got